Gen Pop, whatever. So
Absolutely.
finish it off for me with the last one. Number
So
10 on your worksheet, we got why. What's the why?
yeah, it's going back to that. That really is the bow. That really, it's just the icing on the cake. It's just another layer of cement to say, we talked about your beliefs, we talked about your evidence, we talked about relevance. We kind of like skated around the edges of whatever this goal or this behavior change or whatever we're working on. But it's just asking that client or that person just in the simplest terms, why is this important to you?
Mm.
Because if, and this is the example I love to use, if a client comes to you on January 1st and says, this is why I want to join your gym, or this is why I want to hire you as a trainer. And it's like that why for me, and the significance of the date, of course, is New Year's resolutions and all of that.
Hmm.
But that motivation on January 1st won't be there on February 1st. We have evidence that shows that. So what is the why that's going to carry you past, like I said, most New Year's resolutions don't even make it through January.
No,
So,
heck
so
no.
what is the why that's going to carry you through when that initial motivation wears off?
Right.
Because that'll wear off within sometimes a day, sometimes within an hour, sometimes
Well,
it wears off on your next trip to the supermarket. So what is the strong enough why that's gonna it's gonna have some traction, it's gonna carry us a little while, and then that's something that always has to be reevaluated. All of these have to be reevaluated periodically, but the whys
absolutely.
change. Sometimes a strong why today isn't as strong tomorrow, so we really need to hone in on that.
Absolutely. Just like a program needs adjustments. I mean, the behavior change is fluid, it's like life changes, progress is made. We have to look at all these variables and keep them into context. So it's critical to understand that behavior change, yes, is a huge need for that gap of somebody who's not in the gym if that's their goal right now. That's a huge gap in the industry that Dwayne definitely is trying to cover. But it's not just for that. If you are in your goal right now, or you're an advanced athlete, or you're an advanced client, or special pops, or you're already working on these things, that this isn't something that's just established and then let the winds sail you away. This is something that's for everybody, and I think it's critical to have this behavior coach with you to talk about these things and to make sure your evaluation's on point and to get your sale right, because there is times where it becomes dull. Your motivation's down or lost, and that might not just be because you're bored. It could be a deeper issue. Your behaviors changed, your circumstances have changed, and again, it's critical to understand that there's a science behind this. This isn't a guessing game. This isn't a hippie feely, just kind of let's talk about a bunch of good motivational speaking. It's
Right.
science. There is application and there's structure to this. So obviously we want to bridge the gap to get people into their fitness goals, but it doesn't stop there. If you're already in your goal, if you've been in there for years, you need to get with Dwayne. You need to understand the importance of the behavior change theories and models and the science out there. So super excited to finally get to do this with you. Um, I definitely think it's going to take off. It is taking off. It is growing, and you're only going to keep advancing. Um, your clinics and your training as that population starts to grow. So, anything else before we wrap it up?
No, just what you said. There's so much to it. Just like what you said about being the professional that understands that this is an extremely complex topic, but my expertise and my level of professionalism is what brings that complexity down to something that the end user can understand. It does no good. Yes, I love reading the research. I love digging through the manuals. I love being the engineer of sorts that gets deep into the gritty details of it. But my ability as a practitioner to bring it down to a level that can be understood and applied at the user level is why this is so important.
Absolutely.
And it's important enough that, as we said in the intro, it doesn't need to be an aside. This isn't a segue. This isn't something that plays the background to the training or to the nutrition program or to whatever else. Like, this needs to be up in the forefront with everything else, cooperating with everything else. This is what ties all the pieces together.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right, man. We'll look forward to more. As always, they just keep getting better and better.